It's kind of low-key as well, which I really appreciate. You know, you don't need to go into Grandeur when the match in front of you is this amazing.
Yeah, I felt like we needed to be like speaking, like saying something far more profound.
Yeah.
But I think
hey, it's only game one. It's only game one, guys. Justice. You know, we've got more time.
Yeah, hopefully we can practice. We're gonna have to we're gonna have to request to have that song just put on. Maybe if we get a lull state or something like that, we can just request the music. Very defensively here. We'll see whether he does actually blade search forward or look for some of this CS as Carrier now searching for the hook, finds the play first. End of the line comes on in, and that is a very dead Aurelia and first blood to T1.
Two huge plays from Carrier right off the get-go. Takes away Chovy's flash. And they're able to get Prio and set up for gathering around this Herald. Then they're able to, right before it spawns, pick off Morgan with a fantastic hook. He has a control ward with him, is able to verify Morgan doesn't know he's coming. And T1, they love to fight for these Heralds. Sometimes they flip games over it. It's actually one of the things that Hanwha Life should be looking forward to is T1 might take a bad fight on this Herald, but when you get that free kill, you push Chovy away, you get his flash. This is just easy pickings for this early game for T1.
And if Morgan doesn't die there, if the coordination...
I think it was one of the most impressive Thresh games that I've ever seen
and you
in my life. And I've been casting a lot of League of Legends. Seen a fair bit of that.
Well, this Drake is going to go over for free because there's a little bit of a hole in T1's vision.
You want to be technically correct. As Gumayusi looking for Vista here underneath the turret. The flash gets him out of the way of the hook as Vista's looking to keep himself alive. Ona now in trouble as Deft turns up once again. He gets exhausted immediately. Vista, what the heck was that? Unbelievable play! To grab that is now Vista looking to come round once again. There's the ulti to come through for Morgan. Only one person can take that lantern, and now Canna could be in trouble. He's down so low and trying to get the damage out as Deft finishes him off in the end. Morgan likely to fall as well. It's 2 for 1 so far for T1. And Hanwha Life Esports now forced to leave. Flash comes out from Chovy. That's one that he stole away as T1 are on the wrong side of this Drake, but now with the man advantage.
It's not over just yet. They keep looking.
I mean, this is so risky for Hanwha Life Esports here.
Ona parkouring his way in. There's the Shockwave ball delivery system here, and Vista, he's going to go golden for a little while. Stands beside Willa, keeps himself alive for the moment. As Ona, below half health, great hook to come through from Carrier, but there is another stopwatch from this team. Of course, Willa, no way out. Wasn't going to invest the flash, as it turns out, as another bubble lands, but I think the T1 have finally won the fight. What do you think, gentlemen?
This is the most Chovy Life Esports scenario that you could imagine as he's sitting back with mostly full health on the Zoe, trying to hit these pot shots while everyone else is blocking, and they're coming back in.
Does Deft have ultimate? No, he doesn't, as Ona could be in trouble here. One last auto. It's actually going to be the Zoe that picks it up with a bubble.
All mechanics. Hanwha Life is showing why they're in this quarterfinal.
Yep, Vista caught in amongst a whole lot of people as the Shockwave finds absolutely no one still.
It's a very rare circumstance where you can actually pull it off is to actually pull people out of their engages as Deft might be in trouble.
Yeah, kind of looking for the dive right underneath his turret. He had the shield.
When they wanted to re-engage, but weren't able to, as they might go in here.
Baker looking for the Shockwave, finds it onto Willa there pretty comfortably as the ulti comes through to keep the Xin Zhao alive, but it's not going to work for long enough. The Gore Drinker certainly working out quite nicely, but it didn't change.
If you don't have vision, Zoe is fighting blind, especially with all these brushes on Ocean Rift, so you're just not going to be able to even walk.
Someone inside, a lot of the value does get taken away as
Shockwave. Chovy just walked into the Shockwave. He does use his Zhonyas, but Willa is going to pay for his sins. The ulti comes down, and it is not going to save the Xin Zhao. Ona not done just yet, as Everfrost looks to try and deny T1. But it looks like they might be aiming for a Baron instead, and that would be a massive swing in this game, in a position where T1 were already massively ahead.
Yeah, they're already so far ahead. You don't have a jungler anymore as Hanwha Life Esports. 100% you can take this. Hanwha Life, this is a mistake to challenge.
Yeah, well, Carrier finds yet another hook, but there's no backup as now Morgan looking to get in there. Does dive into the back of the pit as Hanwha looking for more. The Baron does go over to T1, but can they keep themselves alive? Will any of these Barons make it out of the pit as Guma is about to say yes? The bullet time not finding the value they were looking for, but the bubble will now connect. And Chovy's going to find the paddle star there as well. So Hanwha still with a fair bit of fight left in them. Chovy looking for a bubble, doesn't quite find it there as the teleport comes in. It's Faker that locks down the Drake as Will is trying to keep himself alive once again. Flashes out. And he is going to belongs to T1. Is okay, Ono going to take a little bit of a nap here, but he's just so tanky. Willa can't say the same thing as Morgan looks for some stuns, but he's not going to quite find them. The Crescent Guard looks to try and keep Willa alive, but it isn't going to be enough as Canna's going to get knocked up, but that is just disengaged from Hanwha Life. Another dive forward.
And while this happened, T1 had a way set up on bot side to shove in. That's been pushed into the turret, getting damage, giving up free minions as well.
I mean, this is a fight that T1 just avoided by tossing ultimates.
That time has gone. T1 in so much control as Hanwha trying to do the very best to defend their base, but 2 inhibitors go down. 3-man Shockwave just found out of nowhere from Faker as Willa. The only way that he can go is forward. He is Xin Zhao. This kid has not changed. And T1, they're looking to end it all right here, right now, as Morgan very low as well. Trying to defend that one Nexus turret. Vista being a valiant defender, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The Nexus turrets just melt at the hands of Gumayusi's Crescendum. The Nexus going to follow suit, and T1, all business in game 1, destroy Hanwha Life Esports.
Barra says you need to track him because if he ends up hitting an arrow, then Chovy dashes in and gets that kill. Suddenly, it's a 5v4 fight that Hanwha Life Esports wins without Aphelios almost every single time.
Come on in, Faker, no flash available, but now has full health once again.
Morgan.
As Morgan, he can blast cone over, but the information is now there from T1. They know that this isn't going to work out as Owner is going to steal away the Rift Herald. Now Morgan diving on in immediately. He gets exhausted. Canna looking for Willa on the backline, but has he overextended? It's a question. Morgan staying alive for so long, and first blood goes to Faker. Chovy gets smashed into the wall at the back of Shelly's pit, but does make his way out. Gumayusi trying to get him as they're not going to fall for that funny business. It's a double kill for Faker and T1.
Morgan away in that moment. He can't come in on top of everybody else. Faker teleported to the top side of that fight. At the beginning was really scary, but they ended up winning the fight at the end of the day, and so much.
Something that we've seen Hanwha do a lot domestically, right? Like, this is one of the reasons why this team has faltered so much in summer, and we can still see in these plays, see how good these players are.
Yeah,
but
right now is Chovy. Watch him try to find any damage, and it's just not realistic.
Well, the rest of the team coming on over. Shirley's down very, very low as it's the flash on forward to get things started, but Willa just throws his life away in the end. Canna, yep, pretty immune right now as Vista looking to try and get his way out. Oh, not quite able to land the passive just there as the piercing arrow does a lot of work. Canna eventually, with the help of a few dots, is able to take down the Nautilus as over the wall goes Chovy and into the death chamber with him as Morgan as well trying to walk. He's very tanky right now on this Poppy.
You can't all-in Faker, because Faker's ult's up. You can't all-in Gumayusi because Keria is with him non-stop. You need everybody to go in all at once.
They're still trying to find something, though, as Canna dives on forward. It is going to be T1 locking down the Drake, but can they win the fight? And I think that the answer to that is yes, as Chovy represents, right? This represents T1 tidying up their gameplay so much more, as this was a 5-game series, as now Canna looking to try and get more done. Gumayusi, a massive ulti in the backline. The Varus just dies. I didn't even see what he got hit by. It just gets completely obliterated.
Baby coming through.
It was just needled. He was just needled as Canna is just so extraordinarily strong right now. Willa trying to get away, but he's not going to be able to. Gets the thumbs up, and Canna is indeed unstoppable.
And this is giving me flashbacks to what we saw, as he might still get popped here.
Well, we'll see how immune he's going to be. We're going to try and cut down the Crocodile. It's going to be difficult, but does still have his circle available. Yeah, exactly. T1, they can just go over and grab it. And yes, congratulations, Hanwha Life Esports. You do have yourselves a Baron. But Faker is going to come through and try and do a 1v2. Ults himself, gets a bit of extra damage down there, but Faker should still die. But no, able to walk his way out. And yep, that's the last tick.
I mean, this one's all over but the crying, I think, in the second game. And if you're a Hanwha Life Esports fan, the tears might already be flowing a little bit. And
we're going to fight for this blue buff. It is going to be secured there by Chovy, so at least there's that. And now Owner actually in a bit of trouble. He's going to flash his way out. Faker there to follow up, though, as he dives on forward with that Ring of Frost. Still has the ultimate. Also has a Zhonya's as well, as Faker actually going to fall here. He'd already used that Frozen Tomb, so unfortunately no option to have that one. It's a 1-for-1 thus far. Still trading evenly here on Hanwha Life.
T1, the Hanwha Life Esports had to push through.
And it's going to rush it down. Morgan can dive on over the side. Steadfast presence is going to be there, and the Poppy locks down the Baron. Now can they win the fight, though, as they immediately just run over Chovy. And with Chovy dead, there is nothing left. It's a triple kill for Gumayusi, and Depp finds himself alone. I think this is the end for for Harmon Life Esports in game number 2. As Deft not going to be able to cleanse again, and that's going to be the ace given over. T1 storm down the mid lane in an extraordinarily dominant first 2 games. They'll bring themselves to match point.
They've neutered Deft in the early game. They prevented Chovy from getting a lead back-to-back, game after game here. Chovy's not able to carry. He's not able to pop off. Morgan not getting ahead. And these early game, extremely tempo-based compositions that we're seeing
This series.
It would be such a tragedy if Hanwha Life Esports go out 0-3, but by basically playing 2 right now, and you know Chovy can rotate back in, so there's no real contest opportunity here. This is one of the powers of early game Varus in a matchup like the Aphelios or like the Israel, who was picked in so much in the LCK, is you could just shove this out and guarantee the Olaf gets the first rake. Now you have a slight advantage, a little bit of extra resistances here going into that upcoming fight. Plus,
Very, very nice, as that's a Gravitum stun that's going to land. The hook is going to go completely wide, though. That was an odd maneuver. Carrier gets stunned up, and now Will is making his way in, but Owner in perfect position. Do you want to fight a low-health Olaf, though, is the question, and Owner's answer is absolutely. Yes, I would very much like to do that, as Stand Beside Me comes on in, and Owner's going to get exhausted. That's the flash forward. Owner thought he'd done the calculation, but it doesn't quite work. Everyone's health bar is extraordinarily low, though, and T1 are closing in on this bottom side of the map. Deft, yeah, Vista's going to have to cancel the back because he doesn't want to leave Deft alone, as the rake's going to be avoided this time. Deft is going to flash, get himself out of the way. Not a lot of summoner spells left remaining in first blood.
They can make corrective plays. They don't necessarily need to, but they get the shove. They put down the ward. Immediate teleport comes through from Kana, who has
plates and first turret, so 610 extra gold going through. They get a Drake here. And, I mean, killing Faker...
This series isn't even over yet.
Rift
and
Herald on the
Shirley is
table.
now getting taken down. T1, let's see whether they can win this battle. Gravitum comes on out. Chains of Corruption are going to be the answer, so that means Hanwha should be able to get Shirley, but the Moonlight Vigil comes down. That's stolen away, though. Owner actually diving forward. Faker using his ult to make sure no one can get out. Deft going to be the first victim. That's another one to go down as well, as unfortunately Will is not going to be able to Ragnarok that, and Chovy's still alive.
But the cohesion and the teamfight execution from T1 is... It's
Hanwha Life Esports don't have any vision on the Baron. They know what's being done, though. They're going to go through this choke point.
Yeah, some scary guns on Gumiushi as well, as the ult comes forward from Vista, trying to start this one off in their favor. It's not the steal, and it's just a dead Willa to start this one off, but at least Morgan dives on forward, takes out Faker, tries to drive by, but it's not going to work. Deft now going to be the focus. It's Gumiushi. That's so many chakrams. He is terrifying on this Aphelios. Vista going to get taken down, and now Owner parkours his way into this top lane. Deft a sitting duck right now, and it's the double kill to come through from the T1 jungler.
We have seen these comps work if they get out early, but now Carrier
This is going to get hooked.
don't miss.
Yeah, Carrier is just a little bit too good on this Thresh. As yeah, Faker's going to come on through. Throws down. I don't know, man. Even a miracle may not be enough here as Hanwha, they don't even get towards the pit. The Baron is secured. Willa now down extraordinarily low. It says he's unstoppable, but it's looking pretty stoppable right now as Gumiushi's dominating as he takes down the jungler. Hanwha now running for the hills as quickly as possible. Decent disengage ult from Vista as Chovy dives into the back line. Gets exhausted though straight away. Morgan with the dominance gets on top of Gumiushi, but there's so much peel, and he is going to be okay. Lantern thrown out for Faker as Chovy flashes himself out of the way. Morgan doing the same thing as Owner goes golden. Vista and Deft still alive for the moment. But the Talon has found Varus, and yes, the base is being absolutely destroyed. Chovy now on the wrong side, and this is going to be the ace almost, as Morgan the only one left remaining. But Nexus turrets aren't going to be here, and T1, they are just looking to end this game right here and put Hanwha Life Esports out of their misery. Canna was staying there for quite some time, but honestly, he probably can, as the rest of T1 are going to turn up.
This game would have already been over if Faker was actually able to finish his teleport. He was teleporting to the bot side wave, but Chovy interrupted him. It doesn't even matter though.
It's heroic, but it's not going to matter. T1 will 3-0 Hanwha Life Esports. They wanted to do this in the World's Gauntlet. Thankfully, they got a second try, and damn, second time was the charm.
T1 advanced to the semifinals in the most